Good morning. Welcome to JP's Morning Brief. All right. Hey, this is James with the Morning Brief. Sorry I had a couple of technical difficulties, but I got it fixed. All right. Well, welcome this morning. Before we get started, don't forget to click that follow button to become a follower, and then give us a like, and please give us a chat. Whoa, I can't even spell. Welcome tome. Should be welcome time. Okay. If you see me typing weird stuff in the chat, let me know. But let's go ahead and get started. If you want, give me an American flag in the chat. I'll get it started. I put one. Let me see. Get the keyboard back. Okay, I'm back. All right. So, hey, welcome to the JP's Morning Brief. This is my brief rundown on some news, just to get people started in the morning, and then I do the regular JP8 report at noon Central, since I am in Texas, and then I'm still doing some America 250 stuff in the morning time. I think I'm going to continue to do that within reason, but definitely in the JPA report. Okay, so with the JPA report, we have, let me move my mic a little far away. If my mic is like going crazy and it's too loud on y'all, let me know in the chat, please, okay? And thank you very much for that. All right, so letter for America 250, because I see one battle coming up in North Carolina toward like the 27th of February. I'm going to do a little bit more research on that. So it looks like as stuff starts warming up, especially in March when the siege of Boston ends. But as it warms up, you're going to see more stuff going on. And, we're going to ramp up with events all the way up to July 4th. So, but the letters right now, and General George Washington said that the other day, all he does is sit down and read letters and write letters, or what he calls penmen actually write the letters that they dictate for him. All right, this letter is from John Hancock, who is the president of the Second Continental Congress, to George Washington on the 12th of February, 1776. Sir, your letters of the 24th and 30th have been received and laid before the Congress, are now with their several enclosures under the consideration of a committee. As soon as the report is made, I shall do myself the honor to transmit you the result of the Congress thereupon. I, yesterday morning, received an express from General Lee, that'd be General Charles Lee from New York, requesting an augmentation of troops. Congress immediately directed 1 battalion of Minutemen from New Jersey, in addition to Lord Sterling's battalion, and 1 battalion of the Solicitors from his city to proceed to New York and be under the control of General Lee, the latter commanded by Colonel Dickinson, who will very cheerfully step forward, and both battalions will immediately march. Colonel Bull, the bearer of this, takes charge of $250,000 for the use of your army. I beg leave to recommend you to your notice. I have the honor to be with the utmost esteemed, your most obedient servant, John Hancock, President. It's actually labeled President. All right, everybody knows he was the president. All right, so that was cool. All right, so just a quick rundown on my sponsor here, Dalmatian Transition. All right, so this is the Dalmatian. They did raise their prices yesterday to $7 for a burger. But you ain't going to beat that anywhere anyway. So they do smash burgers and dogs right here in Copper's Cove. All their ingredients are fresh and homemade, including their buns. And they're open for lunch from 11 to 2 Monday through Saturday, and for dinner from 5:30 to 7 Tuesday through Saturday. And they're located in Coppers Cove on the west side off of 190 behind Bush's Chicken. All right. Whew. And I did get my armadillo burger yesterday, so I'm pretty excited about that. Only ate okay, let me go back. So if you look on there, you get a single burger, and you got a double and a triple. They talked me in getting a double, but I saw through them. I bought the double. I had them cut it in half, so I only ate half of it. I'm going to eat the other half today. So I made out pretty good because I made out, it cost $10 for a double, and I got that. I only ate half. So, I ate a burger for $5 yesterday. And so I get another one today for $5 because I split it in half. That was cool. All right. So, meanwhile, back at the ranch, let's see. Get my other stuff going here. There we go. All right. So, yesterday afternoon, the Save Act for America passed by a vote of 213 to 212 to 1. I think that's what the final vote was. And there was one Republican who voted no. And then Henry Cuellar of down there in the Brownsville area, he's the only Democrat that voted yes. And there was one Republican that didn't vote. Dude, I looked everywhere I could find on the internet, even House.gov, and I could not find the roll call vote for that vote. I'm going to look it up again because I would like to know who didn't vote. Because I have a congressman that has a habit of not voting sometimes. All right, but I want to find out. So what I got was the House of Representatives passed a massive election integrity overhaul bill on Wednesday, despite opposition from a vast majority of Democrats. And then this is where I'm getting at right here. The House passed Chip Roy's Save America Act, legislation aimed at keeping non-citizens from voting in U.S. federal elections. All but one House Democrat, Henry Cuellar, voted against the bill. It passed 218 to 213, but I saw somewhere else it was this other tally. So I'm going to verify that vote. An updated version of Safeguarding American Voter Eligibility, which is SAVE, was led by Roy, who is running for Attorney General in Texas right now, which passed the House in April but was never taken up in the Senate. Whereas the SAVE Act would create a new federal proof of citizenship mandate in the voter registration process and impose requirements for states to keep their rolls clear of ineligible voters. An update bill would also require photo ID to vote in every federal election. It would also require information sharing between state election officials and federal authorities in verifying citizenship on current voter rolls, and enable the Department of Homeland Security to pursue immigration cases if non-citizens were found to be listed as eligible to vote. Democrats have attacked the bill as voter suppression. I don't see it like that. While Republicans argue that it is necessary after the influx of millions of eligible immigrants who came to the U.S. during 4 years of the Biden administration. If we want to rebuild confidence in American elections, we need to pass the SAVE Act. Mike Hardilopoulos from Florida he's Republican from Florida, told Fox News. What better way to eliminate that distrust than to make sure that whoever votes is an American citizen who is truly eligible to vote. And then I don't want to hear about House Minority Whip Catherine Clark. Nope. Here's one. American Study Committee Chair August Pfluger from Texas. He was an F-16 fighter pilot. The American people did not give Republicans a mandate to make excuses. They gave us one to deliver wins. And the Save America Act is exactly that. Every single Democrat who voted no today proved that they would rather let illegal aliens tip the scales of our national elections than protect our vote. If implemented, the bill would see new requirements imposed on voters in this year's November midterm elections. But it would have to pass the Senate. All right? So, that being said, we'll put that there. So I have this article right here that we're going to skim through. It's from the Federalist. All right. It was published on the 10th of February. RINO senators could sink the Save Act. And they are right about that. So you have 4 senators. We only have 53 members that are Republicans in the United States Senate. You have 4 senators right now that are really technically not on board with this. You have Susan Collins, who just announced that she's running for re-election in the state of Maine for the Senate. You have Lisa Murkowski, and I don't even know why she's still in the Senate, but she doesn't like it. She says she's a hard no. And she's probably, and I ain't read this yet, I'm going to go over it with y'all. She's a hard no because of, let's see, she was instrumental in having, what is that? Hold on. Ranked choice voting. That's it. Ranked choice voting in the state of Alaska to protect her kingdom so that she would stay an elected senator as long as humanly possible so she could thumb the nose at Republicans in the United States Senate. She rests on the laurels of her dad for decades and decades in elected history in Alaska. So she would not have been elected unless it was up to ranked choice voting. Her ranked choice voting cost Alaska a conservative Republican that would have replaced her in the Senate, and it cost Sarah Palin a seat in the United States House of Representatives back several years ago. We've got it back in a Republican hands again, but Alaska was represented by a Democrat for 2 years and didn't need to be, but thanks to ranked choice voting, it happened. Instead of going to a runoff, they did that. And ranked choice voting, where if you have 3 candidates or 4 candidates, you vote for the person you want to win, and if they don't win, you list the next person that you want, but the person that's in last place, all their votes are negated, and then they tally up those, and if someone still doesn't have a majority over 50%, they go to the next level, and the next person drops out until there's 2, and then you can get your majority, right? No, it don't work like that. You should have a runoff. I hate ranked choice voting, and it should be unconstitutional, and it's part of this bill that it would outlaw it. Thank you very much. It's so undemocratic. Okay, I'm gonna skim through a little bit of this. It's written by M.D. Kittle, okay? The House this week is set to take up the Save America Act, Save Act 2.0, an election integrity measure that some Senate Republicans can't seem to get behind enough, even though the vast majority of Americans already have. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise's office confirmed that the Save America Act, which would require proof of U.S. citizenship to register and photo ID to vote in federal elections, will hit the floor on Tuesday, while Democrats will spend hours making a mockery of truth and reality in opposing it. The legislation is expected to pass mostly along party lines, as the original Save Act did in the House some 300 days ago. And he is absolutely correct. This was, when it passed yesterday in the House, it was the fourth time the Save Act has passed the House. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't finish what I was talking about. Okay, so I was talking about Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski. The next is the turtle, Mitch McConnell. He won't say how he wants to vote for this. It should be yes. I don't know if he can remember what he wants to vote for or what, but I'm so glad he's leaving the Senate. Man, Nate Morris should be his replacement in Kentucky when this is all said and done with. But then, that's 1, 2, and 3. That takes it to 50-50, right? Well, we have one more Republican, and he's the most important one. The Majority Leader, John Thune. Like I said yesterday, I used to look up to him when he was in the U.S. House, when he was just a congressman. And I'm from Texas, right? But the fact is, he won't institute the standing filibuster and force the vote on this. You see Democrats in the House forcing these privilege resolutions and forcing votes over and over again. They did one again yesterday, which will be vetoed by the president, where 6 Republicans actually thumbed their nose at our president and actually told him that they're going to overrule him and negate all tariffs on Canada because they are our ally. Well, you know what? If they're ripping us off left and right, they're not really an ally. If they won't associate themselves as an ally to the United States, they're not an ally. So the president is doing what he seems to be the best approach to this problem. It's sticking it to them and taking money out of their wallet so they don't rip off Americans at the diplomatic level and at the economic level. But I digress, right? I was talking about privilege resolutions and stuff. But in the Senate, he directs all material. And over again, he says it's not coming to the floor. It's not going to pass. It won't pass. Tell me a Republican that refuses to vote for the Save Act. Well, besides Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Mitch McConnell, right? And maybe John Thune. But you need to call your senator. You need to call John Thune. You need to overwhelm his email box and just inundate him until he capitulates and does what's right. All right. I'm not even going to have time to go over this stuff. Wow. This is going to come back today with us because I want to go over this entire packet. But the fact is that John Thune keeps making excuses about the docket in the Senate and won't bring it up. Then you have an endangered species, John Cornyn, is going to probably lose in the either in the primary or definitely the runoff, and he's even signed off saying he's going to vote for the Save Act. We got to do something about this, and so we can secure our elections both photo ID, mail-in ballots, ranked choice voting, and removal of rolls, removal of ineligible voters, right? So we'll get back to this part. And just finish up what we got today. One of the other things I'm going to be discussing at the next one, since we're running out of time because it's already 6:51. Hey, give me American flag in the chat if you're watching, and give me a like on the podcast, please, and then give me a follow. Follow the podcast. Don't just wait for the JP8 report. All right. Bondi explodes at Jamie Raskin, and this will be the title of my podcast at noon. Washed up loser lawyer. She is exactly right. Jamie Raskin is a washed up loser that could not succeed at law. His wife is probably a very good lawyer. She's a Democrat lawyer. I forgot who she works for. But he's a loser, he's a whiner, and he should just go off into the sunset. But you got guys like Wes Moore that won't. Well, he's in the Democrat powerhouse, so we'll leave it at that right now. But yeah, yesterday in the U.S. House, in the Judicial Committee hearing, they got in a massive argument. She got in an argument with Jamie Raskin and Nadler, Jerry Nadler, or whatever his name is, and they just kept going at it. But when she yelled at him, "Washed up loser lawyer," I lost it myself because that was so cool. With the deal about Nancy Guthrie. They still have not found or arrested anyone. They found a pair of gloves last night that they're already sent off to be tested to see if there's any type of evidence that's been left on these gloves, if it is the gloves itself. Hopefully in a couple of days we'll have some kind of report on it, but hopefully before then they'll arrest someone, right? Let me go ahead and hold on. Yep. Okay. So I'm going to go to media transition. I'm going to give y'all a chance. There's those pictures again. $50,000 reward. If you see something, say something. The backpack, the shoes, the gloves, the jacket, right? The ski mask. Who has a ski mask in Tucson, right? And then someone was, TMZ was talking about it yesterday that they said someone had mentioned the fact that it's an Ozark brand backpack from Walmart. So if you know someone that's got that backpack and they bought it from Walmart, and you ain't seen them in a few days or haven't seen them with said backpack, call in a tip. 1-800-CALL-FBI. All right? So I really hope they find something and arrest them and get them off the street. Where are we at? We're at 6:54. Man, I'm so far behind. I read through the Texas scorecard before it came on air. That it's got some good articles in it today that I'm going to go over. So I'm going to have a good, strong hour on the JPA report this afternoon. There's also a lady in North Carolina in the 14th Congressional District. She registered to be a Republican, and she's really a progressive Democrat. Her name is Kate Barr, all right? So she's challenging Congressman Tim Moore for in the primary. She says she's telling everyone she's not a Republican, but This is why we have this case in Texas where we want to close our primaries to protect us from stuff like that. All right. So I'm running out of time. So some of the stuff that's going on locally in the state of Texas also is these are our current stuff, what's going on. February 17th to 27th is early voting. That's next Tuesday. Is early voting here in the state of Texas, right? And then March 3rd is our primary. And then May 26th is the runoff, if there is a runoff. Because, in Texas, you got to have 50% plus 1 to avoid a runoff, right? And then look on down the road, Election Day is November 3rd. Next thing I wanted to bring to your attention, we are almost 1 week out from the Lincoln Reagan dinner here in Gatesville. It's February 21st, 6 p.m. at the Texas Station Event Center. We are still selling tickets. I need to find out when is the last day. I haven't got an update in several days, so there are some tickets still available, and there's $60 a person or $100 a couple, and you go to the QR code, or if you're on a mobile device, go to my show notes, and at the back on the bottom you'll see a link. It says Lincoln Reagan, Coryell County Republican Party Lincoln Reagan dinner. There's a link on there. Click on it. You can buy your tickets, right? And our keynote speaker again is Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. That would be great. Last year we had Governor Abbott. This year we got Dan Patrick. It'd be great. All right. Looking forward to seeing some of y'all. If y'all are in the area, come on out. All right. So I am steadily. Hold on. Let me. Right there. Media. Okay. Good. I'm back. All right. So I sometimes, when you're all by yourself, you gotta make sure. And in just a couple minutes, I'm gonna raid over to events. All right. So yeah. So this lady, we're just talking about. Her name is Kate Barr. I got a couple minutes here. There's a video is going viral of a congressional candidate in North Carolina. Admitting she is truly a progressive, even though she is running as a Republican. Are you trying to trick people? Katie Barr, who is running in North Carolina's 14th congressional district, was asked on a podcast called The Hometown Holler. If you're going to the campaign website above the fold, as they like to call it, I'm not a real Republican. Like, I'm telling people the truth. I knock on the door and say, I'm running in a Republican primary, but I'm not a Republican. I'm a progressive. I can't claim a Democrat anymore. She said she's not trying to pull a fast one, claiming she's just being dead honest with the people about what I would do if I win. She's stupid. She's a fraud. She's an absolute fraud. So if you're in the 14th congressional district in North Carolina, when you have your primary, which I don't know what day the primary actually is, vote for Tim Moore. Hands down. Just get rid of this lady, because if she wins, you're going to have a Democrat on a Republican ticket and a Democrat in a Democrat ticket, and it's a no-win situation for Republicans. So vote for Tim Moore. All right. And it's 7 o'clock. I'm going to do the raid, so I'm going to go to my screen again. I will see y'all at noon, okay? And, oh, wow. Okay, hold on. /RE. Wonder what happened. There we go. All right. I'll see y'all later, okay? See y'all at noon. Raid has been initiated.